welcome to Life It's Crazy Sometimes. My name is Amber Hooper and I am your host. Today's topic is going to be on depression. I know depression is kind of a bummer topic to talk about, but I felt like it was a really important topic to bring up as I've run into a lot of people who have been struggling with depression right now, maybe for the first time ever, and people who wonder, am I struggling with depression? A lot of times when I do my assessments, I will ask people, so have you ever struggled with any depression? And they may go, I'm not really sure, maybe, because a lot of people aren't sure what depression is. When they hear the word depression, they're thinking feelings of extreme sadness, like I'm crying all the time. And that's not always the case. Yes, sometimes people feel very sad and may cry a lot and just feel that sadness all the time. But a lot of times with depression, they may feel numb. People may feel really irritable. A lot of the signs of depression are things like lack of motivation, lack of energy, problems with concentration or focus, problems sleeping, problems with appetite. People may feel hopeless or have increased feelings of worthlessness. They may even have thoughts of suicide. So those are some of the things that can give people a cue if they might be leaning towards, maybe I do have a little bit of depression. So today I wanted to talk about 3 things that you can do to help battle depression if you are dealing with it, or if you feel like it may be kind of creeping up on you. So the first thing that I would recommend would be staying positive. I know it's really hard to stay positive when you're dealing with depression, because your mind a lot of times will go to dark places, or it could just be you're just not really thinking about the positive things and all of the things in the world right now. It makes it really hard to stay positive. So write down 3 things that you're grateful for and put them on your mirror in your bathroom. You can use a dry erase marker because that comes off really easily. Write them down, tape them on your refrigerator. I know it sounds silly and simple, but it can be really helpful. It's a good reminder. You can even fold up a piece of paper and stick it in your pocket and take it with you everywhere you go. When you're starting to feel really overwhelmed or really negative, just pull it out and think about it. I'm going to think about these positive things that I have in my life, these things that I'm grateful for. The second thing that you can do is stay connected. That can be really difficult when you're dealing with depression, because a lot of times when you're dealing with depression, you don't feel motivated. You don't want to go out and do things. And so you will end up isolating. Maybe not purposely, or maybe it is purposely. Either way, when you continue to stay isolated, it's like this crazy cycle that ends up happening. And then you're going to feel more alone and more detached from people and more lonely. And then you're going to isolate more, and it kind of goes back and forth. So connect with people. Make it a priority. Call someone, text someone, plan a time to go out with someone, even if you have to go for a walk outside, to stay outside and stay 6 feet apart. Stay connected to decrease the isolation, which is just going to make you end up feeling worse in the long run. The third thing is stay active. This is also really hard when you don't have energy, when you want to sleep all day, when you're not feeling motivated to do things. Getting up and going for a walk or getting outside is not going to be the top of your priority list. So make small goals for yourself. Maybe it's just walking outside, sitting outside in the sun. The sun is very healing. That's not just a myth. It really is. The vitamin D is very good for you and is very healing. But maybe it's not that time of year, or maybe it's too hot out. So maybe sitting out in the sun isn't really the best thing to do. Make it a goal to maybe just walk to your mailbox and come back, and do that every single day. It's small little goals that you can work towards to keep yourself up and moving, and it helps battle that lack of motivation and lack of energy. It's interesting that the things that are going to give you energy are the things you don't have energy to do. So you have to kind of force yourself, make yourself do it. There are so many YouTube videos. You can get up and do a Tai Chi video. You could do a yoga video. You could do kickboxing, dancing, whatever it is you like. You could even do squats or lunges or sit-ups in your house. Just get up, get yourself moving, get active. These are just a few things that you can do to help with depression. If you get up and get moving, make sure you're not isolating and trying to stay positive. Those are things that can be helpful. It may not seem like it and you may not feel like it, but when you force yourself to do them, it'll help just a little bit and a little bit and a little bit more towards battling that depression. These are not cure-alls, but they can be helpful. The other thing that I wanted to kind of touch on, because I think it's really important as a part of depression, because a lot of times it's linked, are suicidal thoughts. I know that suicidal thoughts can be they can be something that seems fleeting and isn't as disruptive as some thoughts that are consistent and can involve a plan. If you're feeling suicidal, it's very important to know that you are not alone. There are phone numbers that you can call, which I will have along with this video. There are people you can talk to that care about you. You never know the value and worth that you have that the world would be missing if you weren't in it. So if you are feeling suicidal, please contact someone and ask for help. If you don't feel comfortable calling a friend or someone that you know, please call the number that I have below. There's also a teen-to-teen text line that I will also put a copy of that number on the bottom that teens can contact. They can actually text, they can email, they can talk to other teens. Suicide is a very serious thing. A lot of people have been affected by suicide, whether it be that they knew someone, a family member, or they knew a friend, or they know someone who struggled with suicidal thoughts. It's a scary place to be. And so please reach out. There are people that care. If you are having active suicidal plans or thoughts, go to the emergency room nearest you or call 911. I really wanted to touch on the suicidal part because I know it's very serious and there is help. So hopefully that's helpful. Remember, the 3 things that you can do to help with depression are stay active, stay positive, stay connected, and then remember there are people to help if you're having those suicidal thoughts. If you're having a hard time right now, you're not alone. Hang in there. There are people who care. I know it may not feel like that sometimes, and I know the motivation may not be there, but just kind of reach down inside yourself and just take these little steps to help. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.